Commander Masters is grossly overpriced, but it's going to sell incredibly well. Well, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie, and I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. I hope you're enjoying the excitement and hype that is Lord of the Rings right now. A lot of people really focus on that. A lot of people are really excited about that. We did a video yesterday about that one. Today, I want to talk about Commander Masters. Now, this set comes out in August, but locally, people have been super excited about this set. So I wanted to go ahead and give some thoughts on it, give you some of the things that I'm thinking about in my head based on being a store owner and looking at the current prices and what is going on, and help you evaluate where maybe you should be when this set comes out and what you're doing. Now, we don't have very much to go off of in terms of spoilers, but we do know Masters sets tend to try to push the bar super high. We had Ultimate Masters, we had Double Masters, we had Quad Masters last year, all very, very hot products on initial release, which then tapered down pretty dramatically over time. So let's dig in and talk about Commander Masters. First, I want to talk about the Commander decks. If you don't know this, this is a good piece of information for you. As a store, we have to buy full sets of the Commander decks. The price of these decks is about 25% more than your typical Commander decks. That's the increase. But we have to buy a set of 4. We cannot just order one Eldrazi deck or one Sliver deck. I wish I could, because I would just buy all the Sliver decks as possible, because the other ones don't seem to be doing very well. The Sliver deck currently is pre-selling on TCG Player for over $150. The Eldrazi deck currently pre-selling for over $115, and the other two are under $80. Now, I, as a store, would like to price all of these decks at $85, and on my website, you can actually pre-order a set of all 4 of them at $85 a set. But typically, this time before release, nobody really knows which one of the 4 decks is going to really pop off. And so the pre-order prices are typically a lot more, in line with the average price for the 4 decks. But in this case, people are so excited for the Slivers, and they're so excited for Eldrazi, and everybody kind of knows that those 2 decks, or assumes that those 2 decks are going to be the push power level decks, so they're putting all their eggs in those baskets. But as a store, it's kind of hard, because I don't like to price those decks until they come out and the market accepts the price and that kind of thing. But that's where we are. So I have made the decision to go ahead and price the Sliver deck at $125 and price the Eldrazi deck at $100, and then allow people, if they want to buy a bundle, at $85 per deck, because I have to buy all 4 at a time. Otherwise, I'll get stuck having a whole inventory of just the 2 that nobody wants, where everybody buys the 2 that people want for $85. So it's really interesting to see such a description on people who are really excited for those 2 decks, and then nobody seems to care about like the enchantment deck and the other one. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. Oh, it's Planeswalker. So it'll be really interesting to see if Wizards puts some really spicy cards in those other 2 decks, knowing how the market's going to react to. That's one thing I would certainly be looking for upon spoiler season, is as they release those deck lists, are there a few cards in the Commander Masters precons from the other 2 decks that may spike up in Commander, may be highly valuable cards, because there is unique new Commander cards in each one of those Commander decks. That's something that I would certainly be looking out for as we get into spoiler season in a couple of weeks. So now I want to transition this to talk about the difference in boxes. I believe that we are seeing the market reject this ludicrous pricing from Wizards of the Coast, where set boxes are $300 to $400. I think we are starting to see the market reject that. Now, I want to get out on the limb. I want to say this. I think that this product is still going to sell incredibly well. That being said, the profit margins for stores are basically non-existent at the current pricing. For set boxes, you're seeing set boxes sell right now for $369 on TCG Player, which after fees already, based on distro costs for the average store, is losing money already. And this is pre-order right now. It's June. Right? I think it's June, and this comes out in August, and at $369 after 15% fees on TCG Player, stores are already losing money. So unless we have a Baldur's Gate situation type thing with this set, or the allocation is super, super limited on set boxes, I don't see this price point holding up where that $369 is going to work out for storage. It's going to be kind of a bloodbath, to be honest. And it scares the ever-living daylights out of me, because as a store owner, what am I supposed to do? Just not order set boxes because, like, the prices are ridiculous? It's absolutely bizarre. Collector boxes now seem to be, you know, kind of doing pretty well at $225. That seems to be a decent price. I think those will kind of float down to maybe the $195 to, you know, $200. The set looks pretty cool. I think the real question that everybody's asking is, will Wizards put something in the list slot or in something like that in the set boxes that justifies the ridiculous expensive price? $369 right now for 20, I believe it's 24 packs is absolutely crazy. And distro cost, like I said, is not much less than that, to be honest. So I locally am doing boxes that I'm doing kind of my percentage that I'm kind of sticking to at $395 is kind of the, it's like ridiculously low percentage of margin anyway. It's kind of crazy. But as a store owner, like, I'm just gonna pre-sell those, and I'll order like 4 or 5 or 6 boxes to have on the shelf to sell singles from. I don't know. It's kind of wild to know what to do, but it's crazy to see the market price be so low on those set boxes already comparatively to distro costs. Now, I see the market price at $370 for a set box. I'm asking this question: who is paying $370 for those packs that we, you know, that are set packs? There's got to be something in there that Wizards chunks into that list slot that justifies in their mind that expensive. I know a lot of speculation has been happening on what could that be. It'll be really interesting to see where it ends up. Draft boxes, and nobody really cares about them. They're sitting at like the $300 price point. It's that set box that's really an interesting price point. So as a consumer, some things to be you know, cautious of for sure. I don't think you're going to see much lower prices than $365 for those set boxes. It's certainly not on TCG Player, but even as a, you know, local store, that kind of thing might be a little bit hard. $365 to $370 I think is about as low as it's going to get. Collector boxes, maybe 220s, 215s, especially after we get allocations and see how tightly knit the print run is of this set. Double Masters, we didn't get any more, you know, draft boxes. We got some of the, you know, got a couple of small waves. There wasn't really a massive restock on the draft boxes. I would anticipate that that will be the same thing, especially for the set boxes on this. So let me know what you think of Commander Masters. Which of the, you know, pre-cons are you really looking at? I'm sure it's going to be Slivers and Eldrazi's, but, you know, what do you think they could put into those other 2 decks that justifies the price difference? So hopefully you're having yourself a great day. Be kind to the people around you, and we'll see you again next video.